Okay, so starting over, I have now my op amp on my board, and I have it hooked up the way I want it to. Previously, I had it hooked up, the wrong way around. So the transistor is outputting between 0 and 1 volts, and then we have this capacitor, and the output on the transistor is going into this capacitor, and the other side of the capacitor is going into the ground. The black wire is going to the inverting input of my op amp. My non-inverting input is tied to ground. So what will end up happening when the transistor turns on, it will charge the capacitor, and it will also cause the op amp to rail high, and that will cause the LED to light up. Then, when the transistor is turned off, the capacitor will begin to discharge into the op amp's input, the inverting input, and hold that above ground for a time, and doing so will cause the LED to stay on. And I've also taken the non-inverting or the inverting input on this op amp, on the first op amp, and I've just tied it to ground to simplify operation while I'm testing. And so let's go ahead and turn this on and see what we get. And one of the first things that we see is that, we get this LED actually turn on, and the reason for that is just due to a little bit of leakage current on the transistor. Right there, it's falling. Yeah, well, it's holding a steady current, essentially. The capacitor's coming into play. But this op amp here, well, it's railed high. And why is that railed high? Because I have this thing turned up. Okay. Well, yeah, I keep making that mistake of turning it on while it's railed high, and that's not what I want it to do. Let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, it's going to stay railed high for a while. And over here, what's the output here? Still high. Okay, yeah, that's where I need to have this second op amp. Okay, so it wasn't a good idea to pull that out of it. Gotta have that a little bit up there, as I mentioned earlier, to keep that slightly above the ground. So now this should be railed low. Come on, go low. Alright, so yeah, another lesson to myself. Do this debugging before I turn on the camera, so you guys don't have to watch it all. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to verify a few things, and then we'll show it off when it works the way I want it.